Jololo, a son of the Volta, and today, by the special grace of God, a loyal subject of our King, wise and merciful, the Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, Asantehene. I have known fewer honors in my lifetime than this, to stand in the name of our King as I say good morning to you all, the great and good of Asanteman, sons and daughters, friends and well-wishers. We greet you in that one word which, when spoken everywhere around the world, conveys the truest and warmest expression of love and hospitality. We say Akwaba. And because I'm your son, you say Ya Oba. Akwaba. We meet here today on this great day in history for a symposium on the 150th anniversary of the Sargrenti War and the launch of the book, History of the Ashanti by Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, as the first in the series of many events marking the Silver Jubilee of Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the 16th Asantehene and the current occupant of the Golden Stool. Today, we take pride in welcoming sons and daughters who have come from far and near to add their weight to this glorious celebration. Allow me the privilege of acknowledging, especially amongst us, our guest of honor, a son of Asanteman, MP for Usumchi, and the Honorable Minister for Education, the Honorable Dr. Yao Osei Educhum. Asanteman is pleased to welcome her own MP for Minshia South and Minister for Energy, the Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. We receive with great delight the MP for Tano North, the Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, the Honorable Frida Prempeh. The Regional Minister joins us in solidarity, the Honorable Simon Osei Mensah. With great joy, we receive the immediate past Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, His Lordship Justice Kwesi Eneni Yeboah. It is with profound joy that we welcome our keynote speaker, now a son of Asanteman, the Professor Tom McCaskey. He joins us with his lovely wife, Mrs. Lynn Bryden McCaskey. Thank you very much. It will be lost on me not to acknowledge Excellencies, members of the diplomatic community, our MPs, MCs, and DCs, Nananum, and esteemed chiefs and queens from Asanteman and beyond, our religious leaders, the moderators and panelists for this morning's symposium, the Vice Chancellor of the KNUST, Professor Mrs. Rita Akosia Dixon, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, distinguished faculty and staff of the KNUST, and other distinguished members of academia who have come from far and near, captains of industry, heads, teachers, students, and pupils of selected schools, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, we say receive the warm and generous hospitality of Asanteman. This historic program is live around the world on radio, Otumfuo Radio, the official mouthpiece of Asanteman, and on Asase Radio 99.7, on TV, Oiropa TV, and numerous other affiliate platforms, both online and on traditional media. In welcoming us officially to this august event, it's my pleasure to invite the Chairman of the Council of State and the Chair of the Silver Jubilee Planning Committee, Nana Otro Sribo Jabengene.
Otumfuo Osei Tutu, Asantehene, Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Immediate Past Chief Justice, Regional Minister, Nananum, Vice Chancellor of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, my alma mater, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my duty is to welcome you, and since in our traditional setting, saying welcome means Akwaba, I thought that my duty would be done if I just uttered the word Akwaba, and I would then resume my seat. But when Otumfuo is around, you cannot be very brief. You have to go to town and say a few more things. So I'll say a few more things, and if there are a few, just pardon me that there are a few. I speak on behalf of the Otumfuo Osei Tutu the Second Jubilee Planning Committee. This committee has been put together to celebrate the 20 meritorious, momentous years of Otumfuo's accession to the Golden Stool. By a very happy coincidence, this year, the Silver Jubilee year, also coincides with two seminal events in the annals of Ashanti history. These are the 150 years of the Sir Garnet Wolseley War, the Sargrenti War, as we call it in P, the corruption of the word Sir Garnet Wolseley, and also the 100 years of the repatriation of King Nana Prempeh I from Seychelles after 28 years of exile. Now, this function is the first of a series of activities to mark the celebrations, to commemorate the activities as I've enumerated. Taking them in chronological order, the 6th of February was exactly, today was exactly 150 years ago when British forces under Sir Garnet Wolseley invaded Kumasi, looted the palace of precious regalia, and completely burnt Kumasi down, and left the town smoldering after their invasion. This morning, we have assembled an array of eminent people who are knowledgeable in the Ashanti history and customs to regale us with the causes of the war, the cause of the war, and Asante after the war. It is instructive to add that since Otumfuo's enstoolment some 25 years ago, the issue of the return of the regalia that was looted by the British has engaged his highest attention, and he has never relented in pursuing this mission and has been knocking the doors of the British establishment with a view to getting them to return their regalia. By a happy coincidence, the British finally have answered our prayers, albeit in some veiled way. But half a loaf, they say, is better than none. However, some of the regalia which were taken to the US are here and going to be here until time and circumstances shall be no more. So, as I said, the jewel in the crown of the celebration will be, first and foremost, the return of the regalia from the US or from America, which will be handed over to Otumfuo the day after tomorrow, on Thursday, at the Kuntunkuni Durbar. And then the return of the regalia at the British Museum and at the British Victoria and Albert Museum on the Akweside Durbar, which is slated for the 12th of May. We hope that even if it's a loan, it will be a permanent loan to us. As I said earlier, we have two functions this morning. One is a symposium, and the other is the launching of the book on the history of Asante. As you all know, before the written word was introduced into our educational system or into our culture, the mode of transmitting our history, our values, our culture, and our morals and other things was through the spoken word. In the evening, the old men would assemble the young ones and then tell them about the wars of old, our customs, our traditions, their games, and other things. So it was compulsory for children to attend to these calls. Hence, we coin the word Tete Ka Asum. It has been corrupted to Tete Ka Aso, but it means Tete Ka Asum, that is the past resides in the years. However, with the introduction of the written word and calligraphy, the year became less receptive to Tete, and therefore new molds had to be introduced to maintain and retain our history and to transmit it from one generation to the other. We were fortunate to have Otumfuo Osei the second Asantehene, the first formally educated Asantehene to ascend the stool in 1931, and through the date of his hard work was able to restore the Confederacy which had been disbanded in 1896 in 1935. Immediately upon ascending the stool, he felt that our molds needed to change. So, perhaps our children were going to school, and for that matter, they were not getting the tuition that they deserved and they had to have. He assembled other eminent people, the Asafwajes, the Ike, C. Yourselves, the Ike Ajimans, and others, to give our history the benefits of being put down in writing, so as to remove the inconsistencies and the contradictions that attend to transmitting history orally. This was indeed a formidable task which lasted several years. And it is a happy coincidence that he had Professor Tom Maskaski, an eminent son of Asante, who though has he's been with Ashanti for over 50 years, since he came to Ashanti in 1968. Virtually a year passes without his coming down to us and writing about Asante and all our histories and everything. And Professor Maskaski has accepted to edit this book. And this is a veritable history of Asante from our own perspectives, without any biases, without any contradictions, and without any enlargements or any diminutions. And the second aspect of the program would be to auction the book. And I'm sure that you have come down with your deep pockets and with your fat checkbooks so as to give the auction the necessary support that it deserves. I'm sure that those of you who would buy at the highest price will have autographed copies by Otumfuo himself. So, as I said earlier, I welcome you. I think I've said a few things, and if my few is not enough, I think I'll take leave and then give the floor to our eminent MC to continue the program. Thank you all very much for coming, and we hope you will enjoy the proceedings this morning. Thank you very much.
Please help me appreciate once again the Asantehene, the Chair of the Council of State and the Chair of the Silver Jubilee Planning Committee, Nana Otumfuo Osei II. It has fallen to a very distinguished son of Asante man to chair this morning's auspicious event, To introduce him, make welcome the Kwamuhene Achamfo Asafo Boache Ajiman Bunsu.
Thank you very much, MC. Your Royal Majesty, Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, Asantehene, Nana Otu Sribo II, Yamimayene, and Chairman of the Otumfuo Silver Jubilee Committee, Honorable Minister for Education, Dr. Osei Tutu, Honorable Minister for Energy, Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Nananwa Mahine, Nanano, distinguished speakers, VC, the press, ladies and gentlemen, I will observe all protocol. It is normal for such an auspicious occasion to have someone who can ably steer the affairs for the day. It therefore gives me a great pleasure to introduce the chairman of the occasion. Our chairman for this August function is a native of Kumasi. He entered the University of Ghana in 1976 to read law and was called to the bar as a barrister in 1981. He worked at the Attorney General's office for his national service. He was a private legal practitioner and was the president of the Eastern Region Bar Association. He was appointed as a High Court judge in 2002, and because of his hard work, he was promoted to the Court of Appeal just a year after that. In 2008, he was appointed as a Supreme Court judge. He held several positions in the judicial service and other judicial bodies. He was the chairman of the Legal Aid Commission, the chairman of the Council for Law Reporting, the chairman of the Disciplinary Committee of the General Legal Council, and in 2002, he was appointed as the Chief Justice of Ghana. He retired in May 2023, after 21 years of distinguished career on the bench. Aside being an accomplished legal professional, our chairman is also a football enthusiast. No wonder he was elected as the chairman of the FIFA Disciplinary Committee and also became the first African to be elected to occupy one of the FIFA judicial bodies. He is married with 4 children. Please join me with a big applause to welcome our chairman for the occasion in the person of the former Chief Justice, Enim Yeboah. Ladies and gentlemen, your chairman, your audience. Thank you very much.
And now, my Lord Justice, the Chair, your audience.
Your Royal Majesty, the Otumfuo Asantehene, the Honorable Regional Minister, the Honorable Members, Honorable Ministers of State, the Vice Chancellor, Nananom, Asantehene, Abrimpong, the linguist, the Vice Chancellor and the Pro-Vice Chancellor, the members of the academia herein present, eminent members who are all here as a university community. I am indeed honored to be the chairman of this all-important occasion. This is an occasion which marks the 150th anniversary of the Sargrenti War. Some of us just decided to learn history in passing. Unfortunately, we didn't know the inner details of the war, what caused it, and the cause of the war, and as the chairman of the occasion said, the end result for this, our great kingdom. Yes, we are here today to take stock of what happened about 150 years ago. If you look at the brochure, we have assembled eminent speakers who have amassed enough knowledge to share with us. History, they say, must be accurate, free from all distortions. It may be told that in narrating history, there are bitter ones which should not be ignored. There are sweeter ones which we should all swallow. At times we have to swallow a bitter pill just to cure ourselves. Yes. So my Lord, Nananom, distinguished elders of the Asantehene, I am here to humbly accept the invitation to be the chairman of this great occasion, and I'm grateful to Otumfuo Osei and the chairman of the planning committee for giving me this honor, this great and memorable occasion. So I am here to serve you, and I think you all cooperate and have a fruitful discussion as the history starts to unfold for our consumption. I am grateful, and I take this opportunity to thank you once again. Thank you very much.
His Lordship Justice Kwesi Eninyebua is our chairperson for this august occasion. Please, a round of applause. We thank you for accepting to chair, and we know that your great years of experience, your grace and aplomb will come to bear on today's experience.